Hello everyone, this is Alric from App Outreach, and in this video, I'm going to be showing you the step-by-step guide that you need to follow in order to start creating video advertisements to promote your mobile apps. Now, these video ads are going to run on mobile phones, just like this, either in front of a YouTube video or in the middle of a mobile application as a pop-up video ad. And these are going to allow you to get really high conversion rates when you're trying to get high quality users to your mobile app. Now, I also host a mobile growth workshop, which really talks about kind of the overarching strategies to get high quality users to download your app and really spur user growth. In that, we talk about how to triple your mobile users, over the course of the next 60 days. But this workshop, which I highly recommend signing up for, really goes kind of into the overarching details of a strategy, a marketing strategy. One of the biggest questions I get is how do you specifically create the video ads that we talk about? And the video ads is actually what we found has been working the best right now in terms of getting high quality users because we really follow that indoctrination marketing approach. If you saw our workshop, we really talk about indoctrination marketing, which is getting people interested in the mobile app before they even download it, which makes them an actual higher quality user when they go and do download the app, and makes them more likely to buy in-app purchases, stay with your app, be a daily active user, all of those great things. That's obviously the main goal. So in this video, I'm going to be showing you the step-by-step guide, what we do to set up our video advertisements. And then of course, I also like to invite you, if you haven't already, to watch the workshop. And after you've seen this video, if you want to know how to make this work for your app, I'd love to get on a call with you, or one of my other strategists would love to get on a call with you, and you can find all those details right below this video. All right, so let's dive right into it. So first, what you're going to want to do, and this really follows some of the main strategies. From this point on, I'm going to assume you've already watched the Mobile Growth Workshop. If you haven't had the time, definitely sign up for that. You can go to appoutreach.com/go. And once you've done that, you're really going to get an idea of what type of user that you want for your app. So you want to create a script and a video that's going to appeal to that type of user. Now, it can be different depending on the app or game that you're promoting. So for instance, I'll show you a couple of examples. In here, we have an Adobe Premiere project, which is what we use to edit our videos, of an app called Stashword, which is a password management application. And as you can see here, we've created a video that's a little bit more traditional. It really just goes through the main features, how to set everything up with Stashword. It has a little hook at the beginning here. It shows somebody typing in unsecure passwords that captures people's attention, makes them want to continue to watch the video. And then, of course, we explain the video. We have some music playing on in the background. And one of the really cool things, drop a little, knowledge bomb. That's what my other strategist, Rich, likes to call them, on you. One of the other things that we do right at the end of the video is we leave about 30 seconds for people, just to click on that link. We have a red blinking arrow, which seems a little tacky, but trust me, that type of thing works. So when you're setting stuff up, you want to make sure that you really illustrate, what your application does. And the core things I would say is it has to be appealing to your ideal user. Your video has to be very, very appealing. You also have to indoctrinate your user. So within this video itself, we are already mentioning, where is it here? We're already mentioning the premium upgrade. Now, why would we do that? Why would we already mention the premium subscription upgrade? Well, the reason we would do that is to get it in people's minds already that they're going to want to get that upgrade once they download the app. And then you, of course, have to have a clear call to action, which is this red arrow. You can use whatever method works for you, but it points directly to the app install button that would be on the screen when people are watching the video. And that makes it work so much better because you'd be surprised. A lot of people create a video, they don't have a clear call to action, then people just watch it and they go on to their next thing. If you have a clear call to action, you really just point out what you want people to do, they're going to do it, or a percentage of them are going to do it. So this is an example of an application. This is a little bit more of a laid-back style video that really focuses on, the main screen recording of the app itself. You can also get into some more complex things like an animated ad. This is one we did for Word Roundup Stampede. If you look here, this is actually it's hard to render, obviously, because of this, but basically it's an iPhone that flies in. It's actually 3D animated. So if you look here, you can see that the phone moves around. We also have text that pops in. It's got a nice background. It's got more of a Western theme. And this is really going to be appealing to a little bit more of game people, but either way, you put this in, you combine it with somebody talking about the game, or you combine it with some music, and you have that call to action, and that's how you create the video. Now, I do recommend really diving into your core user, who you want to download your app, and tailoring the video to them. And that's something you can either do a lot of research and work on, or if you want to reach out to us, we'd be happy to hop on a call, get you started with this process. So once you have that video done, you're going to be putting it into a YouTube video ad that you'll be running one of two ways. And the first way is going to be actually as an interstitial pop-up ad within other apps. So say, for instance, we have this, Word Roundup Stampede game. What we're going to be doing is popping this up in front of other similar trivia-style apps or word-style apps to people that kind of fit the category of the type of person that we know wants to download this type of application. And, it'll have the little video at the top here. It'll autoplay immediately when people when this pops up on the app. Either, sometimes people click a button to get some free gems, or it just pops up in different types of apps. And then, of course, all the details about the app and the ability to go download it and start playing. But the video itself is very important. This is what actually indoctrinates people into what the app does and what it's all about. And the other way is using an actual in-stream ad, which plays when people are watching YouTube on their phone. So both of these work well. Some might work better for others than, depending on the app. But we like to test both of them. We recommend testing both of them. And a little bit of how that looks. This is just a desktop version. It's just a test. But this is basically what it would look like on the phone. So you can get a little bit of a better picture here. Let me actually just reload this for you.
Word Roundup Stampede is the unique and exciting word search mobile game that you've been waiting to play. It has hundreds of fun puzzles and a new daily challenge.
All right, so that's enough. As you can see, you can kind of get the point of that. It's really explaining what the app does, what it has, a very enticing video. If you like trivia games, you like word search games, you're listening, you're watching, you're looking at this, it appeals to you. It's actually going to, push off people that the video doesn't appeal to. So you don't want to capture somebody who doesn't like this type of game because they're not your ideal user. You want to specifically target people that are going to be interested in this type of app, this type of game. And as you can see, once you get to, I don't know when the arrow comes, but there's going to be an arrow that points down here. And that's the button that'll take them to the App Store. Obviously, you set up all your tracking on the back end, and you can see when people actually install the app based on your ad, based on the targeting that you have. And you can really track everything. There's an additional little button down here as well, goes to the same place. Or people can skip the ad. Now, you might think, oh, the ability to skip the ad, that's not as good. Well, actually, I'm going to bust that myth a little bit. The skip the ad button is one of the best inventions that they've made in advertising for YouTube, 100%. And the reason for that is if somebody skips that ad before 30 seconds of your ad is played, you pay nothing. Let that sink in for a second. You pay zero. That's it, right? So if somebody's not interested by these first, 30 seconds in the ad and they click skip, just like that, and they go into the, whatever the video happens to be, then you don't pay a single dime for them. So that way, you're only paying for people, let's just loop back here just to take a look at the ad again. You're only paying for people that actually watch the ad past 30 seconds, means they're interested, means they're likely to go and actually download the app. And that's how you get such high conversion rates. But I will warn you, you do have to target properly because there's always going to be people that sneak through and watch the video anyways. You have to make sure you don't appear on, music videos where people sometimes keep those running. So all kinds of different things. That's something we can help you with, really figuring out the trial and error of what to do and what not to do, because it's not necessarily easy, it's just straightforward, if that makes sense. So let's go back here and take a look at, the account, an example promotion, one of the promotions that we ran. If you take a look here, you can kind of see conversions in blue. So the little blue dots are the conversions, and in orange, you can see the cost. Now, you might notice something really cool here if you take a look at this. You can see that obviously at the beginning, the cost was a little bit higher. And then, it kind of evens out. The cost and the conversions are around the same, right? So around this point is when we started to hone in the way that we were able to get that cost versus conversion ratio. And then as you can see, as we go along around this point, we were able to get it so that the conversions were then higher than the cost, obviously comparatively to the previous data that we had. And as you can see, it only went up from there until the end of what essentially this test was to find our core audience. And as you can see, the cost remains constant around this area, but the conversions are still going up and up and up. Now, this doesn't happen just by putting your ad up and letting it run. What you do is you basically cast a wider net, try and find types of people that may be interested in your app, and then really narrow that down, right? Because people are going to be seeing these two different types of ads, whether they're on YouTube or in an app itself, and some people are going to be installing, other people won't. And you have to find the targeting that allows you to get those people that are not only installing, but they're also higher quality users. And if you have Firebase or whatever you happen to have as your tracking installed in your app, you can really tell that, using your analytics. So that's the goal here, is over time, being able to get those higher quality users consistently for less money. So if you take a look here, just at this particular campaign that we ran, impressions doesn't even matter in terms of the money that you spend, right? Now, you do have to have a good impression to view ratio or Google won't run your ads anymore. But as long as you have a good ratio and you're testing things and you're figuring it out, you don't pay per impression like you would on Facebook, like you would on a banner ad, or all these other types of ads that charge you per impression regardless of results. You only pay for views. And if you really hone in that each view is somebody genuinely interested in your app, you're going to get a high click-through rate like you see here, incredibly high click-through rate, right? And then you're going to get a high conversion rate. Same thing. This is a very high conversion rate for this level of campaign, the amount of spend that was going into it, especially when you account the fact that this whole thing stretched out. If you look at the end here, you can really see that it's going up and up in terms of conversions, and the cost is actually staying constant. It actually went down right at the end there. So if you take a look at this, this is the nuts and bolts, what you really need to focus on to grow your video ad. Obviously, once you find something that works, you're going to want to keep it running, scale it up from there. That's what you do with a campaign like this. And this is basically just the test campaign that I wanted to show you to really illustrate, it's not going to work as well at the beginning because you're casting a wider net. It's going to start to work kind of on par. And then if you really optimize, if you work hard, get everything, lined up, you can actually get better and better conversions over time. So that is, in a nutshell, what you need to do to set up video advertising for your mobile app. Now, the next step that I have for you, if you've already watched this mobile growth workshop, if you haven't yet, go to appoutreach.com/go. This covers more of the strategy, what's involved in making sure you get high quality users, whereas this video is talking about the actual video ads themselves. So once you've watched that, and obviously watched this video, go and schedule a call. Go to appoutreach.com/apply for Rich if you'd like to speak with Rich, or appoutreach.com/start if you were originally talking with Jordan, whoever you were originally connected with. And if you take a look here, you can book a time on their calendar. Just click next, find a time that works for you on their calendar. Obviously, it's towards the end of the month, but you can actually go into the next month and find additional dates. I'll just go back there. And then look for a time that works for you. This is, sometimes a lot of people are booked, but find a time, and once you have that, you can actually speak with us about how to set up these strategies for your mobile app. We like to help you because we really see a difference when developers start to add video advertising to their mix, or even set this up as their main backbone. If you haven't done advertising before, video advertising is really the future of mobile ads. And even the Mobile Marketing Association recently put out a post saying that video ads is the future of mobile advertising. So I look forward to speaking with you. This is exactly how you're going to set up to get the highest conversions possible. So go to that appoutreach.com/apply or appoutreach.com/start, and the link should be right below. If you haven't watched the workshop yet, watch that. And hopefully we're able to help you out and get your video ads up and running. Thank you.